Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Today's video is mainly thrifting and the results of thrifting. So as you know, most of my home is thrifted. So I've kind of going through the process. I go to Hamilton Antique Mall with my grandchildren, find some treasures, and then when I get home, it's inspired me to create some things, mostly for my Easter tables, which will be tagged on at the end. So stick around and hope you enjoy. So here we are back at Hamilton Antiques Mall, and I've got the grandkids with me because they had a very special store with Pokemon items in it, and my grandson was fascinated by that. Of course, my granddaughter just loves everything. You know, she loves the clothes and the ornaments, and it's like heaven for her. So we had a good rummage around. I found lots of little things. Of course, the linens were always, I have lots of linens, and I was looking to be inspired for my Easter table. My grandkids had a bit of a giggle at these. I thought it was funny. I thought they were cool, actually. They were made of plastic, but I thought they were very cool. And this was the one thing that really inspired me, the coloured glass. It's not anything that I've ever really collected. I've got a couple of pieces here and there, but I do love to see them on tables. During Easter and Christmas. Easter time especially because of the pinks and the blues and the greens. And this little set here I would have loved for my Easter table. These glasses, there was only 6 of them. And then I thought about it afterwards and I thought, well, I can mix and match because that is my style. And these also lots of little items that was I just loved. I mean, I could have spent an absolute fortune at this place. But again, like I said, I was going mainly for inspiration, and I got lots of inspiration. I'm finding in these antique malls that obviously when you go there specifically, I think, to look for specific items, because I find especially I'm not finding the antique pieces like I used to do when I was thrifting. I'm still finding great pieces, don't get me wrong, but if you're specifically looking for certain things, I think you have to go to these antique malls. And of course, the prices are always going to be inflated, but they've kind of done the work for you. They've gone out and curated everything, and now it's on their display, and obviously they're trying to make a living out of it. So I get that, but I must admit the prices were a little bit more inflated. I suppose it's a sign of the times. Now, does anyone remember the lamp that I made from this cherub and the old lamp shade? I think it cost me under $10 for this. And I was quite pleased with how it turned out, I must admit. Look what I found. $150 each. Yes, $150 each. And they're almost identical without the cherub stuck in the top. Just shows, though, you can make something out of nothing. Well, nothing, under $10. I was looking at linens. I always like really nice linens. I'd love to get more monogrammed pieces, but I just don't see them. I know Tarnished Treasures has the most amazing finds with monograms on, but I think she's just lucky. I am noticing a lot of religious paraphernalia out on the shelves, all thrift stores that I go to, and I'm sort of on the fence about it. I don't know whether I like it or not. Does it seem odd? Maybe that, I don't know, maybe it's me. I don't know. It's beautiful stuff, don't get me wrong, but is it decor? Maybe it was the way I was brought up. I don't know. But tell me what you think about it, because, like I said, it is beautiful stuff. But I don't know if it's decor, or is it the times that we live in that anything goes when it comes to decor. Oh, this is something I wish I picked up. This lamp with these 2 little ladies are $24. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. It's beautiful. And it just goes with that little lamp that I found the other week. So, again, more coloured glass, beautiful pieces. So I was very inspired by this, and certainly will be sort of finding a way of achieving the look that I'm going for. Loved this piece as well. This was a piece of material that was framed. Obviously not this time of year. And then I found this. I really don't know what this is. And I'm sorry if you think it's beautiful, but I don't think it is. And for $285, it's like, what is it? I just don't know. So, after seeing the prices of the coloured glass, I was inspired and I thought, could I achieve the same look without buying coloured glass? I thought if I bought some really nice glass pieces, and most of the items that I was looking for were 50 cents, 25 cents. If it was $1, I put it back because I wanted to do this on the cheap, because if it didn't turn out, I didn't want to waste a lot of money again. And, you know, being wasteful is being wasteful. I'm sorry. But so I did find some pieces that were nice textured glass, cut glass, not proper cut glass, obviously, but had some nice little features on them, and picked up a spray can of what was it called, etched glass. It's coming up shortly, and sort of had a go. I did make one mistake. I didn't read the label properly on the bottle, so I had a bit of a waste, but it wasn't a waste because the glasses turned out really pretty, and I'm going to use them for candles and decor. But wait and see what I do with them. I impressed myself. So here's a few of the things that I picked up over the last little while thrifting. This little cast lamb was from the antique mall. I think it was $7, and I just thought it was so cute. I'd like to sort of diversify a little bit from you know, just chicks and bunny rabbits. This piece was gorgeous. And I do have pieces like this that go with this. I have them packed away at the moment, but I'm hoping to go through everything in the next few weeks. But it is silver plated, and I do use these quite often when we have nice dinners. So I was really pleased to find this. I have glasses that match this, and it's just a really pretty little set. So I did pick this up. I think this was $5. I can't remember now, because some of these have been a few weeks, a little while ago, and I don't always, unless I do the video straight away, I forget the prices of stuff, because I tend to take the prices off. This is something that I've been looking for so long. A dinner gong. Years ago, we used to have a little bell, and we used to ring the bell for dinner. But this is something that I've looked for. When I found this, I couldn't believe it. I made the little rings out of like a very soft coppery material. In the meantime, I found some nice pieces of leather to tie the gong on. But I just thought it was lovely, and it's nice. It's always nice when you've got a lot of people around and you want dinner time. That little gong just sounds so sweet. So I was very pleased with this little item, and I had to bring it home, and I think this was $10. So these 4 little chickens, and that's what they are, they're chickens, the lady said they were. Love them or hate them. Obviously I love them. I thought they were really cute, so unusual, and I think they can be used at many, many different occasions at many times of years. They can be Christmas time. I'm using them on my spring table. The colours were just lovely, and there are 4 little jugs that go down to the tiny. I just thought, obviously they're on my table now, so but what do you think? I know the lady that sold them to me thought they were ugly, but there you go. I also picked this up. This was $1. I'm always losing my garlic, and this actually is probably the third one that we have, because they keep getting broken. So when you're replacing them for $1, it's no big deal. I picked up these 3 little hurricane lamps. These are going to be the glass parts, I should say. They were going to be part of my Easter table, but I'm not going to use them, but they will come in handy, I think, at Christmas time. And this little tray I thrifted for 50 cents, originally $4 from the dollar store. I don't know whether it was such a bargain or not, but it turned out quite nice. I've given it a little bit of a paint, so again, crafted it up and it looks much better. These next two little pictures of the butterflies, I'm not keen on the shells on the outside, but they were $1 each, originally $10, and I love the butterflies in the middle. These are the glasses that I picked up, some of them of mine, and again, this one I'm not using. I'm keeping this one for myself. It's such a pretty glass. Somebody's done this and they made such a lovely job of it. There is my gong in pride of place in the living room on top of the dresser. Here's a few other little items that I'd picked up. These were $1 each. I always pick these up because they're so handy for chandeliers. And then these are the bits that with the glasses that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be spraying them to make them look like coloured glass. And you can see they all have little facets in them, little pieces that will pick up the colour and hopefully turn out how I hope it will. Let's put it that way. So these little moulds were 25 cents. Well, actually it was 25 cents for both moulds. They were joined together, and I thought I've got a little craft for that. I did pick up this little banner. This is a really old one. It's really cute, and I thought, you know, sometimes you're having parties or whatever and you need to say things that you can't necessarily get in another banner, so that's why I picked this up. So hopefully I will use that in the future. This was $2 and I just wanted the florals out of it, so I redonated the vase and the little pebbles in the bottom. This caught my eye. I picked this up. This was 50% off the day that I bought it. I think it was $10. I got it for $5. I love it. It's not quite toile, but it's a North American toile. That's what I'm going to call it. And I thought it'd be perfect actually in the summer for a light cover up, or in the winter. This was something I was absolutely looking for. I wanted another counter in the kitchen that's more of a, if we needed an extra space, and this is exactly what I wanted. So I am going to rub down the top and paint it. Now, should I paint it the same colour as the countertops I've got, which I think I might do, or should I do a marble effect on it? I thought that might be cool. See if I can match the piece of marble that I already have in the kitchen, but we shall see. So my plans were set, my crafts were ready, lined up. All I needed was flowers for the table. Then I happened to pop into another thrift store, found some other little items. These I will always pick up because they are just like the Delft tiles, and they are actually tiles that have been turned into placemats for your cups, which I always need. This little bunny rabbit was $4.99. The cheapest one I've seen like that has been probably $15 to $20. And then I found this reindeer head, which I've got big plans for this, and that's going to be coming up in a future video, but for $3 I couldn't say no. And there's my beautiful roses in their jug. Also, this was as I was leaving for cash. I found this little spode. It's for spices, $2.99. So I was actually going to go and send for these brand new, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find them all now that I've found one. Wish me luck. So I painted this in the silver. I wanted it to look like pewter. I didn't like the gold. And then I decided to look through my own glasses to see if I could use anything else that I wanted to spray. And I found these few items. These two little creamer and milk containers. And then these two vases. And what I did was I used this Krylon stained glass summer green. And I didn't read the directions initially. I just sprayed these glasses and was really pleased with how they turned out. It was after, when I checked the directions, just to make sure I was doing it properly, that I realised they are not, this paint is not food safe. So I had to rethink what I was doing. These vases were fine because they weren't going to be touching food, and once they're dry, I mean, I took the scrubber to it and it wouldn't come off, so it was fine. It's just you're not going to handle it and get anything coming off on your hands, but if there was no food to be going on it directly, so I had to change my ideas slightly. So I did spray things that I was using for vases that was not going to be used for food or drink. I sprayed and was very pleased with the outcome. When it came to the glasses, what I did was I sprayed the stems and the underneath of the cup of the glass, and then the green reflected up through it, so it worked very well.
And now, nothing remains but for me to assure you in the most animated language of the violence of my affection. Mr. Collins!
It's always time for Pride and Prejudice. So now I was ready to create my elegant Easter table. So I got the iron out and ironed all my napkins and tablecloths and was ready to go. If you remember these, I picked these up at HomeSense a couple of weeks ago, and this was the inspiration for my Easter tables. This is my transferware dishes, and I just love the colours in this. Now I picked up on the green, that's why I added this little green plate on top, but whatever colour dishes you have, you can add an extra dish. You could just go white if you want, but that pop of colour just sets it up, and again, for spring it's so pretty. And there is a lot of green. I do have a lot of green in the house, and especially in the dining room. I pulled out the cups and saucers and the bread plates, and also a couple of little, I've got a cut glass, water glass, and an etched wine glass for everyone. So again, you can bring out pretty little items that add to the table, and it's like putting an outfit on. It's layering. The cutlery is not the cutlery I'll be using. This is just stuff I've picked up and mix and match, but the set that I have is a lovely gold set that I use for special occasions. It's just that I couldn't get to it on the day, and I wanted to do the video for this week. So there's my green glass pieces, and as you can see, I think they've turned out so well, especially this one. This is just gorgeous. You would never know this had been sprayed, and you could do this with any colour. I'm going to try this with different colours and see if I can duplicate the coloured glass for some other pieces. And the best of it is, these little pieces, I've just sprayed the spray up. So this is just on the outside, and it really reflects through the glass and gives a lovely glow, and you would not know that they've been sprayed. As I said, I've scrubbed them and washed them, and it doesn't come off. So I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. And of course, none of the surfaces that have been sprayed are touching food or liquid, so hopefully I won't poison anyone over Easter either. So I'd like a more elaborate table, but I've learnt over the years that my family complains if I put too much on the table. It looks beautiful, but it just too much. They can't see each other to talk while they're eating. There's not enough room for the food, and so in the end I just keep it hopefully elegant but functional as well. So I keep it so that there's room for everyone and there's room for extras. It still looks pretty, and I still make it an elegant, pretty Easter table. So this is table number 2, and this is probably the table I will be going with. This is the tablecloth that I picked up. It's actually a piece of material, and I love the colour. It's like a mossy green. I used, again, my brown and white transferware. I have the red spode, the blue, but I thought this was more in keeping with the colour scheme that I was going for. I topped it this time with a plain, well, it's not white, it's more of a creamy white plate with a little bit of detail on it, and then picked up on the accents. As you can see, I used the little bunny at the centre of the table, and then the little bit of greenery around. I used my feather napkin rings. These are just the shape of a curled feather. They're very simple, but they're so pretty. And I just threaded my little napkins through them and laid them on the plate. I did actually go back and decide to add in my little bunny plates that I made last year, which will be in my last year's Easter table setting. They were decoupaged underneath, so they are food safe. And there are my green glasses. And as you can see, it's like a gradual green that goes up the glass. I just sprayed the stem and the bottom of the glass, and the top of it, there's no spray on it, so they're great to be used for drinking and having liquid in because nothing's touched the green paint. Here's my little I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they're ducks or chickens set on the table, and again it just looks really pretty. It's nothing, shades of green and browns, and it's very low key but still enough to make it look like a nice Easter table, or perfect for spring. These little bunny plates were ones I made last year for Easter. They were thrifted clear glass plates. I think I got 8 of them and they were 25 cents each. And then what I did was I took some napkins. I think I sent for these from Amazon. I can't remember now, but if I find the link I'll put it in the description box. But they were just napkins that were decoupaged to the bottom of the plates, and I used a waterproof food safe Mod Podge. Now I don't know how food safe it is, but it is waterproof because I have washed these in the past. But again, they just add that little bit of whimsy to your Easter table.